Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
There's no better feeling than a personal win. And the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you do just that. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
And now, live from the TCL broadcast studios, it's Joe Souchere and Patrick Royce with Sports Talk.
Pat, I want you to meet somebody.
Okay, where is that overzealous harasser of law-abiding citizens?
Come on up,
Let
sir.
me meet him.
Right here.
Let's
Right
perfectly. You know what? The longer you're on the road, the higher your chances of getting an accident. Right. So I was taking a shortcut.
All right. I want the officer to tell us the story.
Okay.
And your name, sir?
My name's Jim.
And Jim. You're retired now?
I am.
And you were what,
Thank God. Now you can cut across the Ridgedale parking lot in peace.
Now, what police department were you with?
Minnetonka.
Minnetonka.
Okay.
And this is what, 15 years ago?
Yeah, what do you think?
All of that.
Yeah.
And tell us.
Not more than 15, no.
Tell us what happened.
Minding my business. I was a detective driving through the parking lot. Not looking to pull anybody over, but of course there's this big car decides to kind of leave the traffic lane and float across all of the parking spots.
Empty parking spots, yes, to get over there, yes.
And I thought, I better have a talk with this guy. I walked up and got his driver's license and looked at it and said, Patrick Royce.
Yeah.
And so, he also told me, he said, you were, I don't know what, something about violating, and I did say, I disagree, so.
You told him don't do that, and he said, I disagree.
I was saving time for everybody. No, did you have a good career, sir?
Excellent career. And I think I gave you a warning, too.
Yes, you did. You did.
That's when you said I disagree.
No. I accepted the warning. I was, I've had worse. I had the 1,762-mile drive from here to Fort Myers, and in the last mile I got a speeding ticket, and he gave it to me, even though I told him I'd just driven 1,762 miles. So,
well, thanks, Jim.
All right.
Thank you.
We got a lot. I don't know why that resulted in a lot of mileage from you saying I disagree.
Yes, sir.
I
yes,
disagree.
Sir.
All right.
That's good. Say, you know how the snub has been kind of a big part of our shtick here, right?
Yeah.
The ricey snub when I'm walking down and somebody says something and I give them one of these. I got a new phrase for it, I've decided.
All right.
When I really snub you,
Yep.
it's going to be a McCain.
A McCain.
We're going to call it a McCain.
Yeah.
The ultimate snub.
I'm having a hard time with that.
Telling the President of the United States not to come to his funeral.
Yeah, but do you blame him?
No, I don't. After death. I'd say that is the ultimate stuff.
That's the McCain.
That is the McCain.
What was your tweet regarding that? You said you would have voted for him. Is that?
I said if I had known mystically that McCain was going to tell the trumpeter not to go to his funeral, I might have voted for him 10 years earlier.
Well.
Anyway, it's fantastic. I love it.
Well, we don't want to do politics.
No, we don't. But I thought I'd have a little fun with that. I can see all the chuckles out here.
Kenny was asking everybody how their weekend went.
Oh, yeah, this is good. Kenny, you better get out here for this.
Yes. Is he going to defend himself?
Well, no, Joe has been he won't unveil the entire story.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been saving it for Sports Talk when you were going to be out here joining us.
Let's go.
Well, you know John Allen up at Bar Harbor.
Oh, sure, yes.
And John Allen's and Lee Anderson and the whole gang at Gull Lake, they were holding their annual boat show this weekend. Mm-hmm. And the show this weekend was going to feature Gold Cup regatta boats from the 20s.
Yes, you were telling us that Friday.
Yeah. Such, if I may, I think everybody would like to hear the text. and I'll edit it to
Yeah.
to protect the guilty party.
Well, I was going to leave the car out of it and just
My
say
day.
low slung.
My day. I bought a 13-year-old car in May. Haven't had much time to spend a day with it. It's a small, crappy car. Don't worry about what it is. Except for today, a perfect occasion to drive the little bastard up to Bar Harbor on Gull Lake for John Allen's boat show.
This is
featuring
Joe. This is
me
Joe.
writing.
You?
This is Joe writing
gang.
all of us,
Yeah.
writing all the gang. For John Allen's boat show featuring this year Gold Cup racing boats from the 20s. Got a mile from Bar Harbor and hit a road closed sign. Local traffic only.
Yes.
Well, I thought, I'm
not?
local traffic.
I'm local.
I'm only going a mile. I got 200 yards in on a vigorously bulldozed road, and I sank.
Car sunk, Pat. It sunk.
I was sunk to the top of the wheel wells.
And I can only describe it as like sugar sand.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
it
what
was
he,
just not mud. It was sand.
no, he calls it quicksand.
Yeah.
I was doomed as I stood outside the car like a dumb bleep. A guy in a Silverado stopped. It's always a
Yes.
guy in a truck that helps you. Then another guy. This guy had a shovel. We dug for 20 minutes until the two guys could push me 10 feet in reverse onto some hard pan where he could turn around and go back the other way.
Yes.
I asked for their names. They told me. They asked for his.
Yeah.
They said, Are you you're the Joe? And yes, he is, but don't tell anybody how badly I screwed this up. Way to go, Souchere. So my response was, where are the photos? If there's no photos, it didn't happen.
No, here's my problem.
I got to
with,
tell you, I would have done the same thing. I would have taken a shot. That's for sure.
You got to take
I
a
wasn't
shot.
going to look for some
you
detour.
can't take the shot in a car with about a 4-inch clearance.
Yeah,
okay.
It's got this much clearance. It's down there.
Yeah, and I didn't take a picture because I thought that would be unseemly. Where these two good Samaritans working, sweating, and I'm going to sit there and film it. I can't do that.
Hey,
So-
Ray, dig a little more to the left over here.
So how was the boat show? I mean, at least it was worth it. You got to drive all the way up
It's
there.
some beautiful boats up there. John Allen does it
And
right.
you were a mile away.
I got to think I was a mile. Not more than 2 for sure. So now to get there, I got to
Gotta
double
go
back,
back.
go all the way around Gull Lake,
Yeah.
go north on 371. And for some reason, my timing was off. I took a left too soon. And I ended up in a East Gull
Ended
Lake.
up in Mille Lacs, basically.
No, I landed on East Gull Lake recreational area, dead end streets and all this. I got back out to 371. Now it's 1:30. I got to be back in St. Paul at 5. I figure, and I'm starving. So the only place I know for sure where I'm not going to get lost, I went back to Dutch Cragen's place.
Yes.
And I sat on the golf deck and had a sandwich. And then
Yeah.
I went home and I said, "The hell with it. I'm not going to the boat."
This is your.
there for nothing.
This
Never got
compares. This compares to when he went and drove up to Annapolis for the boat show, and what they want $5 so you wouldn't go in. You just walked around the fence and looked at stuff. What was the Annapolis?
First of all, I was with Sid.
Okay.
And we went to Annapolis, Maryland.
Yes.
I guess it was some big boat show.
Yes,
but
you
I
got
don't-
him to go with you when you were in Baltimore, right?
Yeah, and I can't remember why we didn't go in. You're accusing me of being thrifty. I don't
Sid
think that
has
was
always
it.
Sid has always said you were too damn cheap to pay the $5.
Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Maybe you didn't want to be seen with Sid.
Now I
no,
gotta-
he
now
wasn't
I-
gonna go
Now
in.
I got to get that car up in the air and kind of disassemble it and see if there's sand where sand and dirt shouldn't be.
She's not an off-roader.
No,
Not meant
no.
to go off-road.
It would have trouble going from the sidewalk to the lawn right here.
Yes.
And I was dumb enough to think I could make it. I got
I'm local traffic.
200 yards in, and I might as well have plunged into a lake.
Well, so for the kind souls that helped you out, did you give a little something for the effort?
And I feel
20
bad.
apiece.
I feel bad about that too. I was so flustered that I just, and sheepish maybe, that I just kind of skulked away. And I
Left them standing there with their
should have
up to
given
their
them
knees.
$20 for
Sand.
lunch. And if they're listening, Todd, I'm sorry. I should have left you some lunch because he had his kids in the car and the whole deal.
I got a question for you. Why in God's name would any county road service decide that the middle of the summer in Gull Lake is the time to start repairing roads? I think
Gotta
you're
do it
innocent.
sometime.
No, do it in the winter.
Maybe
Nobody cares.
I'm not privy to
Maybe there'd been damage.
Maybe there was tweets about this warning people going to the boat show, don't come this way.
Okay.
But if there were those tweets, I didn't get them.
No, you guys are missing the best part of the story. The best part of the story is this: the ride home for Joe, the mental anguish of how messed up is this car, how much damage he's done, how in the hell is he going to get it back to normal, and he didn't do it and then just stopped thinking about it. Once he was done thinking about it, he started thinking about it again.
And every noise terrified.
Oh yeah, right.
Why did you alert us? Number one, you've done crazily.
Oh, he thought
you've done these awful, embarrassing things before, and we always find out years later.
Yeah.
This one you warned us right away. Is it because those two guys?
Proactive. He thought he was going to get. If we found out, it was going to be worse.
This is like turning yourself in before they discover.
Right. I was being candid.
Where's the party?
That's fantastic.
I was going to write John Allen a letter. Maybe somebody will tell him that we told it on the air, and I won't write him a letter. But I wish there were. Well, I saw the warning.
Yes.
You saw the warning at about Craigan's. Road closed ahead.
You know, when you're that far in, you got to take your shot.
Thank you.
You got to take.
It's like you on an airplane.
Yes, you got to take
Let's
the
go.
shot.
Knowing that car, though, it's probably junk. I'll give you $5,000 for it. $5,000
and leave it dirty.
Maybe $4,500 tops.
So I get home.
Yeah.
I wash it, and I get the hose under there the best I can. There are piles of dirt on the driveway.
It's like cleaning your dirt bike after a weekend.
Just like that. Yeah. Red piles of red clay and sand.
Did you make it by 5?
Yep.
In that car, you probably could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that self-admission. That was great.
Yeah.
All right.
I wouldn't have told a soul.
I know.
I have a thought when you come back.
All right. I'm anxious to hear that. We'll be back shortly.
Do you want to dance and hold my hand? Tell me, baby, I'm your loving man. Oh, baby, do you want to dance? Do you want to dance under the moonlight? Hold me, baby, all
You stand for the Beach Boys tonight?
Nope, that's not the Beach Boys.
No, I know, but it reminded me of the Beach Boys.
It's no. I mean, who's the group here tonight is not the Beach Boys I would go to see. No, it's Mike Love and a bunch of hired hands, and I'm sure it's a great act.
Brian Wilson.
I'm sure it's fun. Well, and no Brian, and Carl's dead, and it's been a long time.
So here was my question when the Wood guy was out here.
Yeah, Jesse the Wood guy.
If I had him in the dog box era, I think we could have created an industry, don't you? The portable dog box with him as the carpenter.
So what would you have been, the idea guy?
I would have been the idea guy.
Okay.
And he would have developed them, and we could have had the dog house that the dog can take with him.
I got
it. Was great. It would have been great.
I can foresee the meetings.
Yes.
They sit down in the office or in the garage.
We don't
in the
want
shop.
a real heavy wood.
Right, we're going to the shop. I got an idea. I'm going to need a pew. I'm going to need a picket fence. And I'm going to need some boards. We're going to make something.
Yes.
Oh, that guy does it. You saw it?
Oh,
yeah,
it's great. Unbelievable.
I mean, he made a canoe
I don't
paddle.
understand how you do that. I don't understand how
we know you
people-
don't.
I'd have.
That does not surprise me.
You made a dog box.
I'd be waving like this.
Yeah, you'd have no fingers left.
Yeah, right. You know.
I'd be waving
like this. Hey, how you doing?
Have about a half a while.
You'd be like the Crab Man in the Freak Show in the Midway.
Yes.
Is the Gopher football team playing Thursday
night against New Mexico State?
Here?
Yes, New Mexico State already opened their season against mighty Wyoming at New Mexico State. They got beat 29-7. They had 130 some yards, and they had a minus 9 yard rushing. Yet Coach Fleck is fearing them. He says they're a dangerous team.
Really?
Yeah, you might laugh at them so hard that you get overconfident. Maybe. Anyway. Yes, that's their opponent, New Mexico State.
So they're going off Thursday night, and the Vikings are playing Thursday night.
On the road, though.
Right, but people will be watching that.
Yes. There was just a story in the Star Tribune today about their season tickets are down to 21,000 with a week to go before the opener. So
See, I don't want to bum everybody out, but I meant to get to this earlier.
Okay.
And maybe you've heard of this, and maybe the fair is not the place to do this story, but that's where we happen to be.
Yes.
Are you aware of the new disease you can get if a bug, it's called the kissing bug, if it bites you on your lip?
No, I'm not aware of that.
Leads to heart failure.
Now, is the kissing bug, does it hang around the United States of America?
It's getting closer to Minnesota. It causes Chagas disease.
Okay.
Because what the bug does, it kisses you,
Mhm.
and then it leaves
eggs,
leaves material behind.
which goes to your heart and
Apparently,
causes the
yeah.
bacteria.
Causes chronic heart disease. Kissing bugs are blood-sucking insects that carry the Trypanosoma cruzi parasite, according to Texas A&M.
Mhm.
Humans can become infected with the parasite after the insect bites them and then defecates near the bite site.
Tell me that it's pretty much prominent in southwestern Florida, I would guess. Huh?
Very
It's
prominent in Florida.
Yeah, right, okay.
See,
yeah.
there's
We
the map. We're off the hook.
We got everything
We're
in
off
Florida.
the hook. We're off the hook.
So it's down there where stuff doesn't die.
It's as close as Illinois.
Okay.
Leave it to you to be paranoid
Well,
about.
I'm very worried about it. Right?
Yeah.
There's animals out here.
If you
I
get
just had a
kissed,
cow here.
How long ago did you wear the mask? What year was that?
Well, we had the swine flu episode.
That's what it was.
Had a gas mask on.
You are neurotic,
as
sir.
a 3M stockholder, though, you kind of like swine flu.
Oh, we like a good outbreak.
Yes, especially in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
So Joe's
They can't
rooting.
make them fast enough.
You're rooting for an outbreak, and Pat's rooting for a hurricane.
Yep.
No, why am I? I'm rooting
You
for
wanted
a
to get rid of the
hurricane to
fish.
Throw the
Dead-
dead dolphins back out to sea down in Fort Myers.
There are 11 species of kissing bugs living in 28 states.
Wow.
So,
So what do they recommend?
well,
What do
not
you
a
spray?
damn thing
Do
you
we
can do about
spray
it.
everything?
We'd
or
have
they
to spray your mouth.
Can you, no, but I mean, can you tell them from a regular old
Well,
mosquito? Do they look like a mosquito?
Well,
or
it gives
what?
me another chance to say reporting isn't what it used to be because they're never
Yeah, they got
described.
to give us a description.
They're never described. Are they like mosquitoes
Yeah,
or
right.
ants or what?
You gotta know.
That's not in here. So,
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want Chagas disease.
No, God no.
You don't want that. And
No.
dogs and pets can get it and then transmit it to you. I didn't want to. It's Monday. I didn't want to bum everybody out, but it's just my latest thing I have to worry about.
Mhm.
You know.
Insects serve no purpose, like serpents. Serpents and insects.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. All of
I
them.
told you.
What?
You're obviously kind of trying to fill for time here. Can we hear what you think of baseball, Major League Baseball? Are we going, or who do you think is going to make the playoffs? Who's going to make the World
Well,
Series?
we're on from 4 to 6. I got hours to do that, so
He'll tell you.
I don't. Who do I? Yeah, I haven't thought about it. I'd have to think about it. I don't want to just throw out any old answer here.
Well, but I want to finish the thought on insects.
Yes.
This fellow insulted us greatly by saying he thinks we're trying to fill time. No, sir, this is important stuff.
Yes, it is.
And I want to harken back to my astonishment of seeing the billion-year-old tick frozen in a piece of amethyst.
Yes, yes.
And it looked identical to today's tick. And you said
They had no reason to change.
they had no. No, you had a better term than that.
No incentive.
They had
right?
no incentive.
They had no incentive.
No
to change.
energy.
It worked. It worked. You know, you could just attach yourself to something and have a party.
Is that when he went into the monkey tirade too?
I think so.
Yeah, monkeys.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back shortly, but
Well, now that we're back from break, Joe Souchere has left the stage.
What's that all about?
Gopher hockey coach Bob Motzko might stop by shortly, but until then, here's John Height
Well,
with
hell,
the
I'll-
sports and news update.
I'll arrange my life around
All right.
whoever the hell that is. Sure.
Okay,
That's no
go
big
for
deal.
a hockey coach.
I just wanted to come out and help you guys fill some time. Apparently.
Yes, that's right.
You're
Yes,
filling
you
time
are. That's
over
right.
here. It's cloudy and 81 degrees. Still expecting some rain, according to Dave Dahl. The Twins will not play today. They have the day off. They will be in Cleveland tomorrow to open up a series against the Indians. The road trip starts there, and then they head to Texas to play against the Rangers and against the Astros. 9 games in all.
What do you
on the
think,
road.
John? 2-7? Cleveland, Texas, Houston.
Maybe
Yeah,
three and
6. 3 and 6.
I'll give them another win with the Rangers.
All right.
Rangers
Okay.
are
So they're going to beat Rangers 2 out of 3 and
Yes.
win 1 somewhere else.
Yep.
You know, Cleveland lost 4 in a row before they won yesterday, so they're struggling a little.
Twins didn't really pick up any ground though.
No.
San Antonio. How about the East though? The Boston's tripping.
Oh,
up there.
they're puckering up. There's no doubt about it.
6-game lead now only
Yes.
over the Yankees.
You know what I didn't realize? I heard this with Jason Stark was on with the boys. The Tampa Rays have the same record as the Dodgers right now. They've won. Tampa's won,
Really?
8 or 9 in a row? Something like that.
Yeah, 8 in a row, I think. They
Is
just
Boston,
swept the Red
did I
Sox.
hear you say Boston is faltering?
Well,
yeah.
they lost 4.5 games in the standings of the Yankees this past week.
Wow.
They now have a 6-game lead over New York.
1978 and 2011, too. They choked.
San Antonio Spurs guard Manu Ginobili announced today, yes, he is going to retire.
About time.
Manu is 41.
Wow.
He had a 16-season run with the Spurs, one of the most decorated international players in basketball history, a 4-time NBA champion, a 2-time NBA All-Star, an Olympic gold medalist for Argentina, and a EuroLeague MVP. He played 1,057 regular season and 218 playoff games with the Spurs, ranking in the franchise's top 5 all-time in games, points, assists, and steals. Last year, he averaged 8.9 points in 20 minutes a game for San Antonio.
A throwback to when Argentina was a basketball power.
Really?
Right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was one of the stars.
It's the first time I've ever heard of him.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Big NBA guy, are you, Kenny?
Color me impressed.
News notes from today. A final.
You're cranky today, Kenny. Is it because it's hot? Is that why you're cranky?
And it's Monday, and I could be elsewhere actually enjoying myself. Yeah, no, you know.
I think the weather's going to be
Very
fine,
honest.
Kenny. I don't think we're going to get the storm.
That's your prediction?
Thank you, Joe.
My story, and
you
I'm sticking
always
to it.
make me feel better.
Good, good. I'm
You're
trying
my
to cheer-
go-to guy.
Does that make you feel more positive,
It
Kenny?
does. It
If you
truly
ever, if you really get down, just think of Joe being cut and stuck in the
mud.
sand, and
Yeah.
you can get a laugh.
Mayor, I will admit, when I received that text, my heart did
Yeah.
fill with joy. Just gave me so much.
Did the guys that came to your rescue, did they have people in the car?
The first guy had his 2 kids in the back. The second guy, I don't think he had anybody.
I really, truly hope somebody got a picture.
They're all taking videos and putting it on
That's gotta
Facebook.
Be on, yeah, it's
Look at
gotta be
this
on
dummy.
YouTube, yeah.
That's the
And it was
greatest.
tilted, too. It was tilted because it was going down a little harder on one side than the other.
Claims to be a GLer.
That's
That's
the-
why I said, don't tell anybody.
That's the greatest moment since Augie decided to drive through the flood.
Yeah, and he swam out the car window.
And with a beer in his hand, which was
It was
mighty-
absolutely analogous to being stuck in snow.
Yeah, you
Now-
got hung up.
Now, Such, when it started to spin, when you felt the wheels spin, did you give it a little bit more gas?
Just
Thinking you
to
could-
auger it in, just to crouch it down into the mud.
I knew I was in trouble when I started to smell the clutch burning.
Wouldn't you love to have a video of that? Of just
Yeah, but I couldn't do it, film it with these guys shoveling. I had to help them.
No,
I'm using my
I
foot.
want a video of you when it gets stuck.
Oh,
because I
yeah.
can imagine your.
Dash cam.
Yeah.
We need to
Oh,
install a
God.
dash cam because that also has audio.
It was literally a sinking feeling. Oh, no.
News notes from today. A final letter from Senator John McCain expressing his deep gratitude and love of country, and he also offered words of wisdom to fellow Americans. Rick Davis, former presidential campaign manager for McCain, who's serving as a family spokesman, read the farewell message at a press briefing. In the statement, McCain reflected on the privilege of serving his country, said he tried to do so honorably. He did touch on today's politics. He wrote, "Do not despair of our present difficulties, but believe always in the promise and greatness of America, because nothing is inevitable here. Americans never quit. We never surrender. We never hide from history. We make history." McCain will lie in state at the Arizona State Capitol and at the U.S. Capitol in Washington before he's buried Sunday at the U.S. Naval
How big
Academy.
were those balls of his? What do you think?
A wheelbarrow for each.
Each one.
Yeah.
Because he gets the offer. You know, we're going to let you out. We learned about your old man and your
No,
grandfather.
no.
And he basically told him, bleep you.
Yep.
Which led to more torture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And it was serious torture.
Oh, well, he still couldn't lift his arm above his his arm above his shoulder.
There's just one flag in this country that's not flying at half-mast today. Guess where it is, Royce?
Don't know.
White House.
White House.
Serious.
That's true. He's not making that up.
It's still.
It was half-mast for a day, and then today it went back to full.
Okay, all right.
Taking a low dose of aspirin every day has long been known to cut the chances of another heart attack, stroke, or other heart problem. And
Don't tell me that I've been wasting my time doing this.
I just took
now.
one today.
Yeah.
Now they're saying no.
The benefits, unless you've already had a heart attack or a stroke or a heart problem. So me and Kenny are okay.
Because you had like 2 or 3 of those, right, John?
No.
You actually were dead for 20 minutes.
No,
right?
no.
You were brought
But
back.
I'm taking the damn thing to prevent the heart attack.
Well, the benefits don't outweigh the risks for most folks who have never had
John,
a heart problem.
They can't change their mind about this after 30 years. They can't suddenly say they can't suddenly say you've been wasting your time. They can't do this.
I don't know what to tell you, Pat.
Let's track them down and beat them up.
John, do you take a baby aspirin or a grown-up one?
I take a grown-up one.
So do I.
I take a baby.
Yeah.
I take 2.
No, the doctor says take a baby, but I take a big boy one.
My cardiologist told me to take a big boy one. So
Yeah.
I do. Although it's been used for more
So
than...
it's good for you too, but
we're screwed.
If
Yeah,
we
but
want
you
to
guys-
if we want to take advantage of it, we have to have a heart attack.
Yeah,
I guess.
You have to have a heart problem.
I don't want to trade that.
Yeah, but John, your cardiologist also says to avoid craft beer.
What you
No,
guys
no,
need,
he doesn't say that.
What you guys need is the bring you back to life
Yeah.
pills that both John and I
Oh,
carry
yeah.
in
Look
our
at this.
pocket.
Look at this,
We both
man.
have the
Yeah.
same
We got
thing.
the matching little...
Do you ever take?
Oh.
Do you ever
You
take?
guys
one
are
of
juice
those-
buddies.
You ever
What is
take
it,
one
nitro?
of those? Just
Nitro.
you ever take one just for a little pick me up?
A nitro?
Yeah.
A couple of times.
I haven't done that.
Yeah.
Papa Bear needs a boost.
It's usually during the 3:40 break of sports talk.
That'd be
Which
better
is
than a
coming
phenner.
up.
That'd be better than a phentermine.
Is
man.
there pills in that bottle or just
Yeah, there's
liquid?
pills. Pills.
Little tiny pills.
But they bang around in there, so they turn into dust. So you end up snorting them.
Which makes it even better.
Back to the aspirin story.
Oh, yeah.
Study finding aspirin did not help prevent first strokes or heart attacks in people at moderate risk, for one, because they had several health threats like smoking, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol. And the aspirin doesn't help with any of those. Another tested aspirin in people with diabetes who were more likely to develop or die from heart problems found the modest benefit was offset by a greater risk of serious bleeding.
Sure.
All right, I got a question.
I
The
do
Widowma-
bleed out a lot.
Does it help you with the Widowmaker? That one that comes out of nowhere. and
no,
there's
no.
doesn't help you with that one.
That's Jesus calling you home.
No, but
You've got you're going home when that baby comes.
yeah.
No,
That is Jesus calling you
Jesus
home.
calling you home.
it's time, Kenny. Here
Yeah.
we go.
Here we go.
Are you
we got a
asking,
different
or-
door for you, Kenny.
Look at Rod
And
Carew.
if that happened to me right now, my last thought would be, she'll never be able to sell that car.
Mine is always, what took you so long?
If you're a fan of Hamilton, an American musical, you'll have a new opportunity to score tickets in the Twin Cities. According to the Hennepin Theater Trust, an online lottery for tickets will be available at 11 a.m., 2 days before each performance day.
Either that or call Ticket King. You can get them from there, too.
The lottery will then close at 9 a.m. the day before each performance. Each winning lottery participant will be able to purchase up to 2 tickets. Hamilton will run from August 29th through October 7th at
Do they have the
Orpheum.
duel in this one? Is that how it ends with the duel?
I do not
Is there
know.
singing?
There's a lot of
it's
singing
rap
and dancing.
singing.
A lot
It's
of
that rap,
rap.
But it's Hamilton.
but it's rap, isn't it?
There's
Yes.
hip hop and other
Yes.
stuff. There's
Yes.
R&B and
Yeah.
hip hop and
It's a very progressive form of Hamilton.
Okay. Well, okay.
Johnny, if you want to step aside for just a moment, we will have Gopher hockey coach
Okay.
Bob Motzko when we come back.
All right.
Way to take over, Chris.
You're welcome, Kenny.
No, they're not. All right. Bob Motzko, Gopher hockey coach, has stopped by, making the rounds today at the fair, and single game tickets go on sale today, huh?
Absolutely.
All right.
I've been told.
When's camp start?
Well, kids are moving in right now. Like
Yep.
today, some of the freshmen moved in. By the end of the week, they'll all be in. Classes start next Tuesday. We'll have our first meeting. We'll give them the first week off, get acclimated, do their things, and then week 2 in September we get going.
It is amazing how much practice is allowed. In the old days, you just had a practice day that it started. Now you can have run-ups to those practices, right?
Well, it's the craziest rule, but the official first start date for college hockey is October, I think, 6th. It's a Saturday. We play Duluth on the first official day.
So you're already
How crazy
having your
it
practice,
is. But,
yes.
but we're allowed 4 hours during the week leading up to it where we can work with them.
That'll be fun, by the way, Joe. That October 6th, it would be Bob's first game with the Gophers and UMD raising the championship banner that night up in Duluth. That'll be
quite
that'll be
festive.
an electric atmosphere.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Man, college hockey is so balanced right now. It's ridiculous. UMD gets in by 1,000th of a point and wins the title.
And that's not just the first time that's happened. And when coaches talk this way, I know fans, they're just downplaying it, but it's true with college hockey right now. At the start of a season, I truly believe there are probably 20 teams that legitimate, if they get in healthy, have a shot to win it that year. And you saw Yale do it a few years back, and Providence, the last team in Duluth this last year. And everyone thought it was a big upset when Union beat the Gophers. They were loaded that year, and they had seniors, older guys,
24-year-old guys. Yeah.
So,
but here, Bob, the games are all 3-2 now, 4-3. I mean, that's what's NHL or college hockey. It's the games. It is so hard to get a puck to the net now. I think that's why everything is so balanced in the NHL and the college hockey.
Well, two things. I think the offense is kind of leading right now. Is on an uptick.
Moving, okay.
And I think Vegas last year showed that in more depth in their lineup, more speed. You're seeing a real change from the top, and college hockey's been doing it for a while. The bottom of your lineup is better and stronger and faster and more talent right now. We're doing a great job developing talent. So I think offense, Pat, is on the way up.
I think if you're our age, you still kind of have that thought in the back of your head that Minnesota is fated to always have the best talent because we're the state of hockey and the famous state high school hockey tournament since the late 40s. But the talent, it's all over North America now. Yeah. It's everywhere.
We're still great.
Yeah.
The state of Minnesota is still outstanding. What we're doing in our cities with our youth hockey associations and the strength, we're producing more college hockey players. But you're bang on, and let's not get real historical, but it all goes back to when Gretzky went to L.A. Mm-hmm. And you've seen now kids out of California that are leading the old WCHA in scoring, or Austin Matthews comes out of Arizona, and that is attributed to USA Hockey, who is. Our footprint right now is so strong around the country, and we're doing a terrific job developing talent in our country.
You look at the U.S. junior team roster, and it's that's where you get the good lesson, and where
Florida,
guys are from.
Texas.
I don't know if Wooger's old system of Minnesotans only would work anymore. So tell us about your freshmen you have coming in. I know some things changed when you came in, and some of your recruits changed, and you got some guys coming in right away as true freshmen, not going to juniors.
Yeah, well, right now I think we're going to have 8 freshmen in, and I know one's still not signed yet, so I can't talk about. We're still working the paperwork with the NCAA rules, but 3 defensemen coming in. Brinkman coming in from Edina, and trying to go over our young guys. We got Burke coming in. This Nathan Burke coming in from Arizona. Sammy Walker from Edina up front, and it's a strong McLaughlin out of Grand Rapids, who had a great high school career and then went into the Chicago and the USHL last year and did a terrific job. Garrett Wade out of Edina, who played 3 years down in Waterloo in the USHL and had a terrific season. There's balance in this class. There's some young guys from age-wise. There's a couple 20-year-olds that are coming in this class. We just think that there's a mix and a blend in there that this class together over the next, hopefully 3 years, that we can keep them all for 3, and that's the key we want to do right now. That's going to really help. But we have an older team returning.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good mix right now.
Do you play the Huskies?
Not this year.
Not this year. Okay. Well, that'd be fun.
Or next year.
Neither one of those. You haven't made the schedule
No.
yet, but you're going to give it a little time to smooth out, are you?
We're going to play for sure. I think they are in the Mariucci Classic. We haven't made any announcements, but I think they're in the Mariucci tournament a year from now. And we're definitely going to get them on the schedule. I know. I was working with Don. I know we agreed. I don't even know what year, but we agreed to a 2-game series. So I kind of want to put it off for a year or two, though.
Is winning going to cure all of the decline in ticket sales?
It will help.
It'll help.
I don't think there.
I was surprised to read that. I'm surprised that hockey would be down.
Well, we're still, but and I'm changing the narrative. Now I am going to be a little bit of a politician on it. We're still in the top 3 in the country in attendance.
Yep.
And we just have a big building, and there has, and I don't know all the facts. I really don't. The Big Ten has been a sore subject to a lot of the diehard fans, but it's going to take some time to get over that. But Gopher hockey is still a powerful program, and we play a great brand of hockey, and they just, in our schedule, if you look at it, it's not that different than 7 years ago. We got North Dakota back on there. We still play Duluth every year right now. We're going to have St. Cloud and Mankato on there. We've added Ohio State and Penn State. And I said this, imagine if they threw the football and basketball team out of the Big Ten. I think there'd be a little uproar.
Well, and it's time to get over it because 3 of the 4 teams in the Frozen Four last year were Big Ten teams.
Right.
So I mean, these are.
You got it.
It's a good league. It's everything's balanced, but it's a good enough league. I don't know. I think this market, Bob, is also way more competitive than it's ever been for sports dollars.
Yeah.
That's another problem here too. And I mean the Wild they're selling out every game, so that's big competition there. So
look at the venues too in our state for all our sports. We're all sports fans. We're spoiled rotten. We just got terrific venues, and I don't know if that is a problem. It's a fact. And
has Mariucci remained one of the finest buildings in college hockey?
Absolutely,
I think so.
It's a gorgeous
and
building.
they pumped a bunch more money in it too. You did a few things, right?
Yeah. A lot of it down underneath a year ago.
Yeah.
From a recruiting standpoint, they got some plans yet to do a couple things.
It's a long way from the days when North Dakota played in a Quonset hut.
Hey Bob, it's a tremendously long season though. Do you like those 2 weeks off in the middle of the schedule? I mean, what's the hurry to play? And
2 weeks, 3 weeks sometimes.
Yeah. Why is that? Why do we do that?
I don't know. It's one of those. It's a historic thing with college hockey where we are the longest sport. We start during football and we end in baseball.
Yeah, right.
But yet we take 3 weeks off in December. And because the finals come on and then there's a break and we bring them back after Christmas. There's a lot of us that would like to shorten that up and use that time. And we just got to get other programs that want to jump on board and play at those times.
You've done a lot of work for USA Hockey. Anything in the offing, or are you pretty tied up with this right now?
Right now I'm tied up, but what a great opportunity I had there for 2 years with the USA and World Junior team. And I kind of hope my phone rings again someday. It'd be pretty nice.
All righty. I think I might come up to Duluth to see that one. So we'll see you up there. That'll be... Last time I was up there, it was about 100 below zero driving home, so the weather
won't be in October.
The weather will be nicer this time.
Good luck. Good luck, Bob.
All right,
Thanks
guys.
for stopping by.
Thanks so much.
Thank
Bob
you.
Motzko, Gopher hockey coach, and single game tickets on sale right now.
We'll be back in just a moment.
At buckhill.com.
And this final segment of Sports Talk here live at the Minnesota State Fair is brought to you by our good friends over at Menards.
Thanks to Bob Motzko for stopping by, making the rounds here at the fair. Coach Tom Thibodeau of the Timberwolves supposed to be here, I guess maybe in about 10 minutes into the show.
In person?
In person. He's making the rounds, too. In fact, I saw him up talking to Chad Hartman, and I was going to scream out a question. Are you going to use your starters for less minutes this year? Because everybody gives them a hard time, but I didn't have a moment for that. And Pete Najarian from 5 to 6. And Joe is predicting no storm.
I don't see it.
You don't? Okay.
I've
You're
lost,
looking out there?
I've lost the feeling. You got radar on your phone?
Yeah, I'm sure I do. You got to hit weather and see what happens. I don't know. What do you think?
You got a password I don't want to deal with.
Huh? 2 hours from now?
Perfect.
6:15. Tell it to wait till 6:15. I'll be on the bus. The hell with it. All right.
This has felt like a Monday at the fair, hasn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Has felt like a Monday.
I was out here Saturday. Holy cow! 200.
Yeah.
What did we cite? 220. 200 and some thousand.
I heard the funniest thing on the bus today, though. The guy I was riding with, who's kind of a California guy, but he always comes back for the fair, because he said, "I like to be around normal people."
Yeah.
And everybody said, "Well, why the hell are you going to the fair then?" We're a different crowd here, man. This is a different Minnesota crowd than the state fair.
I disagree with you.
You think this is vintage Minnesota?
This is Minnesota.
I disagree.
All forms, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
1500 ESPN is KSTP, St. Paul, Minneapolis. The ride with Royce's coming up next, and I would imagine it's safe to say that if Dave Dahl needs to break into the ride, he'd be glad to do that, right? Because he was still predicting some iffy